How you guys doing? We're in the backyard. We're smoking paprika peppers. On the smoker today, we have two kinds of paprika peppers. We have Alma paprika peppers, which are the ones I generally grow. And then this year, we're also growing Hungarian paprika peppers. And so we've got both on the smoker right now. You guys want to see? So we just burned out the bit of wood chips that were running. So we're going to reload it. Take those off. Throw another handful of wood chips in. We're multitasking today. Just like that. That's all that takes. And then we put these back in. Oh, not yet. Not yet, we don't. Got to put this is our custom made smoke diffuser. If you guys want to make a smoker like this, super easy, guys. I made a video a while ago. I'll link it in the description, how to make one of these. All you need is an old piece of shit barbecue, a metal tray in the bottom to put your wood into, and then an electric hot plate. Easy. And then, so at first I was only running it with one barbecue grill in here. But as the peppers smoke, they shrink and they curl, and a bunch of them were falling through the bottom. So I bought some baking cooling racks, and then all I did is I just cut some pieces of 2x2, right, to give them some space. Put a couple of screws in here so the trays can't shift back and forth. And now we can run 3 trays in the smoker. That's how it's done. That's Flavor Town right there. Time to add a little more. Oh, lost a couple of peppers. No biggie. Do that. Put that up there. See, it just sits in a dish like that. Grab another handful of wood chips. Throw them right up on here like that. Press them down into the coals that are already going. That'll help. Like that. And then we just put her all back together again. Just like that. And we keep going. You guys are probably thinking, well, that doesn't look like a dehydrator. Nope. I just wanted to show you guys what else I'm working on. I literally have the food inside we're working on with the fruit leather. And then we have this going in the backyard. Yeah. Check that out. We're smoking paprika peppers on my custom made smoker. So we'll be dropping those videos. This is just a teaser. Keep your eyes open for these videos when they come out. I'm going to show you how to make the best damn paprika pepper you've ever had in your whole life. I guarantee it. I give you my green thumb. Certified. Back to fruit leather. All right, guys. It's 6 o'clock at night. This has been running for, I think, 5 or 6 hours. The last handful of wood is in here now. And this is what it looks like. Look at the color on these peppers. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Gold. It's gold right there. Just close that down. Let her finish. Maybe 15, 20 minutes, and we're done. If you were wondering if I'm done smoking peppers this season, the peppers are still on the barbecue smoking, and I'm about to process these too. So we still have almas. These are beautiful almas. Look at these. Almost like a big apple, eh? And then we have Hungarians, like these. And then we've got a whole bunch, whole bunch of jalapenos. And I'm going to show you guys how to make chipotle out of these. So stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. Well, looks like we're done, guys. Oh my Lord. That looks hella good. As a plane flies over and I'm not even at my garden. What a surprise. Check that out. All right, so we're gonna shut the heat off and we're gonna bring these in the house. And we're gonna let them cool off. There we go. You guys can get a better look at them. So the ones on the bottom usually get the most smoke. Just move that over there for now. Look at the color of these. That's Flavor Town. If you guys could only smell that right now. Okay, don't lick your phone, okay? I know you're drooling. Don't lick your phone, because that's gross, because I know what you do with your phone. All right, so that's 1, 2. Let's see what the bottom tray looks like. So the almas are on the bottom. And the stuff on the sides generally doesn't get as much smoke on them, and I didn't rotate them today. So some of them are going to look like this. But you can still smell the smoke on them. But that's all right, because once they all get dried and they all get blended together, because they're all going to get run through the dehydrator, then but it looks like there's a whole lot more on one side than the other. So I guess for some reason I have more smoke going out one side. Maybe that's how the wind was blowing today. I don't know. And then, look at that. I have a whole sink more to do. Almas, Hungarians, and jalapenos. And that's why I've got all this stuff up here, getting ready to process them. So I want to maintain their freshness, and I'm not going to be able to do any more smoking till next weekend. So I'm just going to take all the peppers. I'll show you what we're doing here. Cut the top off like that. Rip the guts out. Cut them in half. And I'm just going to load them up into Ziploc bags. I just label them like that, and they go in my deep freezer until I'm ready to get them more on the smoker. So I'm going to finish processing what's in my sink. I'm going to let these cool down for a little bit, and I can't put them in my dehydrator right now because I have fruit leather that I made today. If you guys like fruit leather, I'll be dropping the video in the next couple of days as well. So you definitely got to watch this fruit leather video. I loaded them up into the dehydrator trays. We have 4 of the Hungarian, 2 of the almas. So wanted to show you guys something. So I've been growing paprika peppers and making my own smoked paprika for, I don't know, 10 years, give or take. And I always grow the almas, right? And this year is my first year growing the Hungarian paprika peppers. My friend gave me some last year, but the plants didn't do well because I only had a couple of plants. But I can tell you a few things. They both make absolutely delicious paprika. But there's two things, there's something to think about here. The Hungarian paprika peppers, right, are very thin walled. See how thin that is? Okay. And even just coming out of the smoker, oh, there's two stuck together. Even just coming out of the smoker, okay, look how thin that is, right? So it's almost just skin at this point. And then you take the almas out, okay? Look how thick that is. There's still lots of meat here, look. Okay, there's lots of meat left. So you will get more paprika as a final product out of the almas with this for the same amount of peppers you would with the Hungarians, because look, even this one, it's not overly smoked yet, right? And look how thin that is. So you will get more volume as an end product out of the almas because there's just more, right? There's more pepper. But the Hungarian paprika peppers this year for me, and I mean, this was a really, really bad gardening year. I harvested 30% or more less this year than I did last year due to weather conditions and stuff. But even saying that, the Hungarian paprika peppers were probably 3 times as productive as the almas. So better peppers for smoking because you have more actual pepper versus plants that produce way more peppers per plant. You see what I'm saying? So in the future, if I only had a small plot to put peppers, I would probably go with the Hungarians. If I have a lot of space to grow a lot more pepper plants, I would probably go with the almas. But because I allot a 40-foot garden bed, basically just the peppers, I'm going to continue growing both. Look at that. All right, so enough rambling. We're going to throw these in the dehydrator. Fire them in the dehydrator. Like that. And we are going to run this at 140 degrees. Verify your temperature, 135, 140. And we're going to run this for, I'm going to guess, about 24 hours plus or minus. When they're done, you want them to be as hard and crispy as a Dorito. Like if you're looking for, you know, like a gauge. If they crush and crumble like a Dorito, then they're ready. So when they're ready, we'll pull them out. So this is what we ended up with. This much. These are the Hungarian paprika peppers. Look how thin they are. Like not much thicker than a piece of paper, right? And this is what you want. Basically as crispy as a Dorito. And then we have the almas over here, which are much thicker and definitely harder to crack. All right, here's another one for you. So we're just going to run these through the blender. We're going to do the almas first and the paprikas after. You don't want to overload your blender when you're doing this. It's better to do it in several smaller batches than one big batch. So we've got about half of the almas in the blender right now that you saw in the bowl. I'm putting it in a quart mason jar. Use a funnel, guys. It's always a little easier. Sometimes it doesn't come out of the blender super nice and just kind of like blasts down. And in the past, I've had incidents where before I was using a funnel, I poured a bunch of it on the counter. It's hard to collect. So now we're just gonna take your silicone spatula, give it a good scrape. A lot of it will end up collecting down there in the bottom under the blades. Just give it a once over. Get all that goodness out of there. We don't want to waste any of that. I'm doing my best to keep the two apart. All right. So there is the Alma. How good does that look? All right. That's what we got from the Alma. Now we'll do the Hungarian. We've got the Almas on the left, the Hungarian on the right. Now, if you guys can see sort of that demarcation line right there, this is some I made the other day, the bottom half. So just the top half is from today. But these are quart jars, and this is only 2 runs in the smoker. So I don't know how much paprika you guys use in an average year, right? But that's a heck of a lot of paprika. And I still have multiple full-size freezer Ziploc bags of peppers still in the freezer, and I haven't even finished cleaning out the garden yet. So you can get a fair amount of paprika. You just gotta plan it right and take care of your peppers. And saying that, I have had the worst year for peppers that I've had in multiple years. So this isn't even a good crop, not even a good harvest. So hope you guys like this one. I wish you guys could smell this. There. The Hungarian's a little darker. I can't wait to start cooking with this stuff. I haven't tried any of it yet. So we're going to be doing that in the next couple days. Hope you guys like this video. Give me a thumbs up. If you like the content, you'll learn something, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, that's right, bud. Yeah, tell them to give you a thumbs up. All right, well, everybody have a great day. Grow good food so you can store good food. See you on the next one.